Okay guys, Statue Hunter 75 here. Picked up a new one. I got this with some trade credit. It's number 2531 out of 3000. They made a bit. They're really raising the edition sizes in all these companies. This is the Venom. Marvel Comics presents the Kotobukiya collection, Venom Unbound Fine Art Statue. This is done by the one, the only, Erick Sosa. Now I already got the Spider-Man that he did, which I loved. The shiny paint job could have did without, but the statue is amazing. The pose is dynamic. I actually would have rather seen this shiny like the prototype. That was one of my disappointments with this statue. But I love how he models his stuff. See, that's McFarlane's art of Venom in the background. So I love how Sosa, which won me over on this piece, models his stuff after McFarlane's art. He's my favorite Spider-Man artist and Venom artist out there to date. So Todd McFarlane's art of Spider-Man, I just love it. Now, like, this is nice and shiny. I wish this had more of a gloss to it, but there's nothing wrong with this piece. At first, I was really picky. I'm in the store and I'm like, do I want to waste my credit on this? I'm like, I know I need it to go with the other one, but I'm looking at it and I'm just like, I was really criticizing it. I'm like, it looks like kind of pieces of clay sculpted together. Like, it looks like Play-Doh. Like, the little thing on the shoulder there. I was really criticizing Mr. Sosa's work. And then I started thinking, he's trying to be dynamic here. He's trying to make it different. And also Venom is made of the symbiote, which almost looks like splatters of things and stuff like that. So I think that's the angle he was going for. So the more and more I looked at it, the more I fell in love with it. Another thing I didn't like was, I don't know, the look of these hands, like how the fingers were together here, and then the two fingers together there. I wasn't the biggest fan, but the more and more you look at it, the more and more dynamic you see. I mean, look at that back. That's sick. I was kind of like, what are these bumps here? Like, why is there spine here but no spine here? Like, all of a sudden it just sticks out there at the tailbone. I don't know. I was really critical of Erick's work on this one. I don't know. It's not his worst piece. It's a great Venom. It's definitely worth getting. There was a few things that kept me on the fence at first, but the more and more I looked at it, the more and more I loved it. I mean, to date, I think the only piece that Erick Sosa has done that I don't like is the Gambit. I'm not a fan of his Gambit, and I'm just being honest. But I love this piece. The more and more I look at it, the more and more I fell in love with it. The tongue goes in by a peg. I'm not going to take it out because it's in there nice and firm, which I like. And that's a sick Venom. So, like, the more and more I look at this, the more and more I fall in love with it. No Venom will ever beat the Sideshow Venom comic yet. Ever. I don't think. This does not beat that by any means. Is this a good piece of work of Venom? Yes. Does it beat the Sideshow Venom? No way. But it is a good Venom. And it goes great with the Spider-Man. I'm not complaining. I like the paint application. The paint is nice and crisp. Really good. Good paint application. I like how they match this base to match with the Spider-Man base, which I'll show you in a minute as a little treat. But he looks great. It was 3 pieces: the base, the body of Venom, and the tongue. And of course, Erick's sculpture never fails with the veins and everything. Just such fine detail. I am still waiting for his Sagat, which I feel like I've been waiting for forever. I know there's one painter who's painting them, so I understand we have to be patient, and I know he does an amazing job, so I'm not complaining, but my God, it seems like I ordered it 3 years ago. I really can't wait to get my hands on that Sagat once Mr. Ed Bradley is done painting it, and he is an amazing painter. So it's going to be well worth the wait, I know it. I just really can't wait to see it someday, hopefully in this decade. This just looks great. This looks amazing. Another thing I want to plug is, of course, the Street Fighter pieces that I'm talking about are from Erick Sosa's studio, Prototype Z Studios. So if you go to www.prototypezstudios.com, you'll see Erick Sosa's kits of the Street Fighter, which you have painted, but they are quite amazing. Anyway, back to Erick Sosa's work for Kotobukiya. This is just a great piece. Now for a little added bonus, I'm going to set you down for 1 second in front of the base, and I am going to do a little setup here to show you how these pieces look together. So I think you're going to like this. That looks about right. And as you can see, I get some focus in on these guys, but they go very well together. Looks like Spider-Man's about to shoot right at Venom. It's just a really cool piece, and it goes together very nicely. So it's just a really cool pose. And as you can see, they go together quite nicely. Just a really cool angle there. You can take some cool pictures. Really liking these two together, which I'm glad I got it. As you can see, the rubble and the rocks match the rubble and the rocks, so the bases go together quite nicely with the black at the bottom and the black at the bottom. So these guys work very well to make a nice little statue diorama. Alright guys, I just wanted to bring this to you. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, I love Erick Sosa's sculptures, and I'm a huge fan of his work and always will be. So this is the Venom fine art statue from Kotobukiya, sculpted by Erick Sosa. Have a good one, guys.